Hey, I'm Seth with Land a House. Thank you so much for watching the Build a Shed series. In this video, I am building the custom front door for the shed. It's going to be a double door that opens inward so that I don't have any rain or anything hitting the top of the door. If that's interesting to you, then continue watching. The first thing I want to do is find our dimensions. And what I want to do is basically bring a 1/2 inch back on all of the sides here. So just taking a measurement of the vertical here. So it's 79.5, so I'm gonna do 79 inches there. And then if I come along this way, that is also 79, so I'm gonna do 78.5. So on this side here, I'm actually gonna do 38.25 for this side right here. I need to make several cuts here. The handle side of the door is going to have this 2x6, and that needs to be 72 inches long. The reason that we're doing that is because I'll have 3.5 and 3.5 on the top and bottom, and that will make our 79. So cut this at 72 inch here, and then this one over here will be the hinge side. Also needs to be 72. Okay, and then out of these other boards, I'm actually going to do 38.75, not 1/4. So I want to cut 38.75, and this is the top and bottom, 38.75. This is a Craig pocket hole jig. It allows you to use these screws right here, and it puts a very sharp hole into the wood, as you can see right here, and that allows you to angle down and attach two pieces of wood, and it hides the screw completely. So I have got my jig set up here, and I'm putting this right on the edge. This is our 38.75 board, and I'm just going to put those 3 angled holes in the side. Flip this over to the other side. So that right there will be the top or bottom. And I've got 2 that look the same here. Let's go over here and get this frame assembled. The 2x6 is going to have the handle, and so it's the center point of the door. And the 2x4 over here is going to be the side with the hinges. And so I'm just going to line this up and then use a couple of these 2.5 inch pocket hole screws, and they have a square head on them. Be lined up nice and flush. Now I could have put more holes because it's a 2x6, but the plywood that's going to go on here will hold all of this together very tightly. And then 3 more on this side. All right, and just like I did this side, I'm going to move down to the bottom and get that board installed as well. And there is the basic frame of the door. I'm going to be using 3 hinges on each side to attach this to the wall. And I want to go ahead and sit this thing up here so we can access this edge of the frame. And so our hinges will be going on something kind of like that. I'm going to come down about 1 foot from the top, and I want my edge here to be even with the edge of the 2x4, and then I'm just going to come back here and make a mark on both sides to indicate where the hinge is, and then we're going to take a chisel and cut that out. I apologize for the lighting. It is the middle of November and it gets dark real quick around here. Okay, got that cut out. Now it's time to get this lined up even with the edge here. All right, I'm just using some of these Torx head screws. We've got 2 more of those to do on this side before we move on to the next step. So I'm just going to come up here at the midpoint and then again at the top. I have all 3 hinges installed and set up the frame. I've got about a 1/2 inch to work with. So what I'm going to do is use a couple of nails to put a gap at the bottom. And so what I want to do first is, with the door in place where I want it, I'm going to just pick up a little bit. Alright, set it on a couple of nails. And I can just use my pencil to mark where those hinges need to be. Alright, so the top of the hinge, bottom of the hinge. After I've marked where the hinges are on the door, I'm going to use another hinge here to just mark out where I need to chisel out this one. Okay, I have all the spots on the door chiseled out. I've got a couple of nails here on the ground. I'm going to set the frame into position. Hopefully it fits well. Okay, resting this on those nails. And then I'm just going to start attaching the door here with some more of those Torx screws. They are 2.5 inch. After a bit of work, I now have the door frame here attached to the building. Could have used an extra 1/4 inch or so to get this in here a bit better, but it's going to work. So while we still have a little light, I'm going to go ahead and make my measurements on a piece of OSB, and that will be the inner portion of the door. And the outer portion here is going to have the same kind of hardy siding to match the rest of the building, so that'll be here on the outside. For the OSB, I'm going to come back away from the wall by about a 1/2 inch or so, and then from the other side over here, I'm going to come back about 2 inches, and there is a reason for that. The piece of OSB on the other side of the door will overlap this one and make a better seal. So come back about a 1/2 inch, about 2 inches, 36 inch ought to do us here on this portion. And as far as the height goes, we've got our 79. So I'm going to cut this at about 78.5, and that'll give us a little extra playroom on the top and bottom. Okay, we want 36 inch on this side. Do a couple of those to make the straight edge good. And then this direction, we want 78.5. I'm using some 2-inch screws to hold this OSB up. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do tonight before the light is gone is install one of these latches. And this door on this side is just going to be freestanding basically, and the other side will have the handle. And so I've got a little scrap piece of OSB cut, and that will make up the gap up here. So it's going to go right here, and the other side of this latch is going to go on that. So let's get this installed real quick. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to line up this with the bottom of the door frame, and then just get a couple of screws in here to hold this on. Okay, just setting the latch up here so that it will meet up with the other piece of OSB. All right, the last thing, I want to get this into place here. Slide this little latch down and get it fastened in. There we go. So I can just push this in, slide my latch up, lock it into place, and there we go. It's the next day. Got dark last night pretty quick. So the next step we have for this part of the door is to get the hardy board siding on the front. And that's just the concrete board that will go on here. And then this side will be complete. So what we want to do is cut that so that it has just an ever so slight overlap here on the front. And I've also drilled a little hole down here in the floor so that the door will stay open, which is pretty cool. So there's one down here and then over there, and it's got another one of those latches to keep it from going anywhere, just like we did up here. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this measured, and we will cut some of the siding board to put on this door. I cut a piece that was 38 by 78 3/4, and I've got a piece of the hardy trim, which is 1/4 inch, on the floor, which hopefully will be enough space to get this mounted in the right spot. We'll see. Yeah, it's looking good up top. Very nice. So I want this to be basically on the edge over here, and then on that side I want it to be just a little bit of an overhang. So it's got maybe 1/4 inch. And the first side is done. I'm going to come back with a little bit of trim to cover up the exposed wood here and here as well. But that looks pretty good for a basic shed door. And I was a little off on my floor over here somehow. I think what happened is that this wall here is a little bit off by about 1/4 inch, and so it kind of sags down. I also needed to have cut a little less in on my hinge down here. And to remedy that for the next side, I'm going to be using a power tool. It's a little router, and I've got it set up. You can see just a very little bit of clearance there to accommodate for the hinge. So I should have a very consistent cut for my hinge on the next side. But let me go ahead and show you how the door works here. You can pop that loose, swing it open. It still catches right down here a little bit, but not too bad. And like I said, I put a hole down there so I can open this and lock it into place down there so it won't swing back open. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and build the frame for this side over here, and then I'll bring you back for the step that uses the router. I now have the place for the hinges marked out, and I'm going to use this router to cut this out, hopefully a lot better than the previous attempts. After a bit of work, I have the other door installed now. Let me show you how well it closes and fits here. The wind is crazy strong today. So it closes really well, and the seam is nice and tight there. Could have had a little bit more room at the top, but it's going to be okay. And also I'm going to put a little sweep down here to keep any insects and stuff out. And then we'll have trim along here to help prevent any gaps of air flow getting in, but looks pretty good. So now we have to install a handle in here, and let me show you what that's going to look like. This side probably could have made this a little bit longer over here to meet this gap. It's going to be okay. And I forgot, on this one I extended up a little bit past the frame there, and I should have done that over here as well to just help with air and stuff. But anyway, I like it good enough. So the handle is just this silver color here. It's an exterior handle, so we should be good for weather. Let's go ahead and get this installed real quick. Now my hole saw is extremely dull, so getting through that concrete board is going to be slow and painful. I used the paper template that came with this doorknob to mark where I want my hole to be. Like I said, this hole saw is very dull, and so this right here is going to take quite some time to accomplish. It's about 45 degrees out today, and as soon as the sun went behind the tree, it got real cold out, so I had to put the old jacket on. Gotta love Forester bits. They're so clean. Okay, and the door is finally done. I got the handle on here, looking pretty good. Got the strike plate over here looking good, and it works really well. I do have to push just a little bit to lock that in there, but no worries. Need to add a couple more screws in here to keep that from bowing out any. You can see it's got a little gap in there, but yeah, so works out pretty good. This side was definitely a lot cleaner because of the router that was used to put those hinge holes in there. But it's looking pretty good. So when we come out here, we want to close it. It doesn't just close, well, maybe it does. Yeah, so you just get a little tug and it is locked up there. Okay, well, this video is a little bit scattered because it's not exactly an easy project to do and film. So, but it's nice to have it done. I've got to get trim work like I mentioned earlier, and I think it'll be good. It'll be real good. I'm also going to put a little either a brush strip or a rubber strip at the bottom to keep any critters out and draft. But anyway, all done. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment down below, subscribe, notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.